jai. Bhatita Pavana, Savior of the fallen souls. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada flooding the whole material world with a tidal wave of super ecstatic Krishna Prema ki jai. Jai Om Vishnu Bhanavam Zapadiva Jagacharja Astatarasadhishi Srimad. His divine grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Gopinath Shama Kun Radha Kun Giri Govardhan ki jai. Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Mayapur Dham ki jai. Navadip Dham ki jai. Jagannath Puri Dham ki jai. Ganga Mai ki jai. Jamana Mai ki jai. Bhakti Devi ki jai. Tulsi Devi ki jai. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Gaura Premananda. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glory to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to His divine grace. Srila Prabhupada, Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Sarasvate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashtichadi Satarine. Okay. When does the class end? What time does it end? 9 o'clock? What time does the class end? 9? Huh?
Till 9 o'clock.
Okay. Go ahead and go. Okay.
Jaya Rama Madhava Kunjabi Hari Jaya Rama Madhava Kunjabi Hari Gopijanna Ballabha Girivaridhari Gopijanna Ballabha Girivaridhari Jasonandana Rajajana Ranjana Jasonandana Rajajana Ranjana Jamunatira Vanachari Jamunatira Vanachari Jaya Rama Madhava Kunjam Vihari Jaya Rama Madhava Kunjam Vihari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Gaura Vimanande. Jai Om Vishnu Banamaham Sabariva Jagat Tatarishi Srimad. His divine grace Shila A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Dande Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Patita Pavana Seva Pavan Soul Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada flooding the whole material world with a tidal wave of super ecstatic Krishna Prema Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnu Banamaham Zabadi Vajakacharya Astatadadadashi Srimad. His divine grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koli Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Pemsika Hoshi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Gopinath Shamakon Radhakon Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Vrindavan Nama Ki Jai. Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. Navadip Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Ganga Mayi Ki Jai. Jamana Mayi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Tusi Devi Ki Jai. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Gaura Premananda. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to His divine grace. Srila Prabhupada. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Buddhale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Shamaniti Namane. Namaste Sarasvati Deve Gauravani Pachaline Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashtashati Satarine. So, today we are blessed with the most auspicious opportunity. After millions and billions of lifetimes transmigrating in the cycle of birth and death. Translation? Huh?
Introduction.
Introduction? You want to do an introduction now? Yeah, go into the introduction. Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. We are extremely fortunate to have the association of His Grace Srimad Sankarshan Adhikari Prabhuji and Her Grace Srimati Vishnupriya Mataji here after a long time. last year we could not have their visit here. Somehow the dates could not be scheduled. And we were very fortunate from the year 2008, if I remember correctly. We are fortunate to have their association every year. It began in this temple. That small room they were coming. And later on, when 2013 the new temple came up, they continued their visit and blessing us, inspiring us by their association. And practically every year, except for the last year and 1 year in COVID, we could not have their association. So we are very fortunate to have the association of such great personalities. Prabhuji is a disciple of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. He appeared in US in St. Louis, Missouri in 1947 on the 10th day of the Kartik month. And later, actually I read this book, The Divine Love Memoir, very recently. And it was very amazing to see his journey, From the very beginning, actually, he had the thought of bringing peace, love and harmony in this world. Even before he met devotees or he took to devotion service. And he thought that music is the way to do that because that was the culture and trend at that time. The hippie culture or the revolution was on the way. So he actually participated in many of those events. And he was such a gifted and talented musician that he wrote his own songs. He composed his own songs and lyrics. And actually he would perform, he would sing them wherever he would get an opportunity. And in his university also, he would sometimes sit on a square where some statue was there, and then a lot of people would gather actually to hear him. Because everyone was seeking it, but nobody was having an idea how to get it. So he tried to create a big revolution even before he came to ISKCON. And later on, as he was searching, he came to realize that actually he needed an enlightened spiritual master to actually be able to do that. And in between, he was meeting devotees. Right from 68 onward, he has been interacting with devotees here and there. But in 1971, he met His Holiness Vishnujan Swami Maharaj. And then he felt inspired to join the temple. He shifted in the temple there at Austin. And on 12th of August of 1971, he received formal initiation from His Divine Grace. And then he wrote letters to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada was very, very happy about his spirit of, preaching Krishna consciousness to one and all. So he blessed him, he empowered him that, he can preach and, expand Krishna consciousness all over the planet. And since then, in abidance to that order, Prabhuji has been traveling all across. Earlier he was traveling in USA, in different temples he was serving. Then he took a van and he and Mataji both were traveling and distributing BTG magazines and Srila Prabhupada books. And then later on in year 2000, the GBC nominated him as the initiating spiritual master in ISKCON. And since then he's been traveling worldwide. Actually there are only 7 continents in this world and he travels on 6 of them every year. Imagine, 6 continents he covers. 7 months out of 12 months he's in travel. And in spite of his advanced age, his enthusiasm never decreases, it never slows down. Yesterday I arrived from Mumbai and I was not even aware evening there was a program at Hadapsar, Mahabhagavatam was arranged it. So immediately after coming, took a little prasad and then on the way and then come back in night and morning and then here. It's amazing. If you ever want to see what it means to be, we are in the body but not in bodily consciousness, then they are the perfect examples. They are in the body but not in bodily consciousness at any point of time. It's just absolutely amazing to see their dedication and commitment. Very, very inspiring. So in those days, he started the Ultimate Self-Realization course, an e-course, through which he could connect to devotees and people all across the planet. Now, internet-based preaching has become very common, through so many media facilities. But in those days, it was very uncommon. But he started that course, and now it is connecting devotees across 100 countries. And there are more than 40,000 people who are connected. And the amazing specialty is that any one of the students can write to him directly. They can ask any question based on the thought of the day. Now there's a video of the day also. And he personally answers it. In my college days, even I wrote some few questions, I got answers. And when he goes to these places for preaching, they can actually personally come and meet him. And he's personally available to guide and take care of them. And it's just an unimaginable, inconceivable thing for me. How to do that with thousands of people spread over 100 countries. And now the course is available in multiple languages. We'll announce more about the course at the end of the session also. But the general website is www.joincourse.com or www.theultimateselfrealizationcourse.com. So it has been a great pleasure and great fortune to have them here and personally hear from them and to Yeah. So at the end of the class, you can come. Here we have few very senior disciples also of Prabhuji and Mataji. We have His Grace Mahabhagavat Prabhu. His class was scheduled for Kunjvari today, but we are fortunate we are hearing from his spiritual master. And then we have His Grace Prajakishore Prabhu, who is personally serving them, assisting them. We have Premananda Prabhu from Bombay. And we have many devotees from Pune, Sitapati Prabhu and others. So we are very fortunate to have their association. Prabhuji is in Pune for 4 days. So this is the only class at Camp Temple. Today evening we have a youth class, tomorrow morning Bhagavatam class, then evening house program. And Monday morning and evening we have classes at NVCC. And Tuesday morning is the Bhagavatam class and Tuesday afternoon Brahmachari class. Wednesday morning they are going to Delhi and then to Vrindavan. So please take advantage of their association. Spiritual knowledge is transmitted from a self-realized personality through his words, through his compassion to others. It's not a matter of books alone. So when we get to see such living examples of dedication and devotion to the service of the spiritual master, it actually can transform our heart. So we are very happy and very fortunate, and let us welcome them to Shri Shri Radha Kunj Vihari Mandir by once loudly chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
So, today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. We having a translation or just straight English? Straight English? Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, chapter 7, text 21. 7:7:21. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Swanam Yatagra Visuheta Kara. Let's try it again. We get more people tuned in. Everybody, it's on the board? Okay. Ready to go? Okay. Svarnam yatagra vasuheva karma. Chetreshu yogashtabhigya apnuyat. Chetreshu deheshu datatma yogair. Ajatma vid brahma gatim nabeta. Smarnam yatagra vasuhema kara. Chitreshu gaya tabagya apnuyat. Chitreshu deheshu tatatma yogair. Ajatma vid brahma gatim nabeta. Svanam yatagra vasuheta kara. Chitreshu yogashtabhagya apnuyat. Chitreshu deheshu tatatma yogair. Ajatma vid brahma gatim nabeta. makara. Chiteshu daheshu tatatma yogair mabid brahma gatim labeta svanam yatagra visahe makara chiteshu gayat tabebyaga apnuyat Teteshu deheshu tatatma yogair Ajatma vid brahma gatim labeta. Madhajis. Swadam yatagra visahe makara Shishya yoga istabebhyaga apnuyat Chaitreshu deheshu tatatma yogair Mabid brahma gatim labeta Svadam yatagra visuheta karma Chaitreshu gaidata dibhyaga apnuyat Titeshu deheshu tatatma yogair Adyatma vid brahma gatim labeta svarnam. Gold, yata, just as gravasu, in the stones of gold ore. Hemakara, the expert who knows about gold. Teteshu, in gold mines. Yogai, by various processes. Tat abhigya, an expert who can understand where gold is. Apnuyat, very easily obtains. Chetreshu, within the material fields. Deheshu, the human bodies, and the rest of the 8,400,000 different bodily forms. Tata, similarly, Atma Yogai, by spiritual processes, Ajatmavit, one who is expert in understanding the distinction between spirit and matter, Brahmagatim, perfection in spiritual life, Labheta, may obtain. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace on Vishnu Pad Paramahamsapadeva Chakacharjas Tatarasadashi Srimad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Dandi Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada, my beloved Guru Maharaj.
Yes.
An expert geologist can understand where there is gold, and by various processes can extract it from the gold ore. Similarly, a spiritually advanced person can understand how the spiritual particle exists within the body, and thus by cultivating spiritual knowledge he can attain perfection in spiritual life. However, as one who is not expert cannot understand where is gold, a foolish person who has not cultivated spiritual knowledge cannot understand how the spirit exists within the body. Purport. Here's a very good example concerning spiritual understanding. Foolish rascals, including the so-called jnanis, philosophers, and scientists, cannot understand the existence of the soul within the body because they are lacking in spiritual knowledge. The Vedas enjoin tadvegadartam sagarumi vabhagatsche, Mundaka Upanishad 1-2-12. To understand spiritual knowledge, one must approach a bona fide spiritual master. Unless one has been trained in geology, one cannot detect gold in stones. Similarly, unless has been trained by a spiritual master, he cannot understand what is spirit and what is matter. Here it is said, Yogaishtad abhigya. This indicates that one who connected himself with the spiritual knowledge can understand that there is a spirit soul, a spiritual soul within the body. However, one who is in an animalistic conception of life and has no spiritual culture cannot understand. An expert mineralogist or geologist can understand where there is gold and can invest his money to dig there and chemically separate the gold from the ore. An expert spiritualist can understand where the soul is within matter. One who has not been trained cannot distinguish between gold and stone. Similarly, fools and rascals who have not learned from an expert spiritual master what is soul and what is matter cannot understand the existence of the soul within the body. To understand such knowledge, one must be trained in the mystic yoga system or finally in the bhakti yoga system. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 1855, Bhaktyamam Vijanati. Unless one takes shelter of the bhakti yoga process, one cannot understand the existence of the soul within the body. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita begins by teaching, Dehi nosminyata dehe kumaram jvaram jara tata dehantara praptir dirishtatana muhyati. As the embodied soul continually passes in this body, from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes to another body at death. The self-realized soul is not embittered by such a change. Bhagavad Gita 2:13. Thus, the first instruction is that one should understand that the soul is within the body and is transmigrating from one body to another. This is the beginning of spiritual knowledge. Any person who is not expert in understanding this science or is unwilling to understand it remains in the bodily conception of life or in the animalistic conception of life, as confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam. Yashatma buddhi kunapetri dhaduke saeva gokaraha. Bhagavatam 10:84-13. Every member of human society should clearly understand the instructions of Bhagavad Gita, for only in this way can one be spiritually elevated and automatically give up the false, illusory knowledge by which one thinks, I am this body and everything belongs to this body is mine. Aham mameti. Bhagavatam 5:5-8. This dogged conception should be rejected immediately. One should be prepared to understand the spirit's soul and the Supreme God, Krishna, Supreme Spirit God, who is eternally related. Thus, one may return home, back to Godhead, having solved all the problems of life.
हिंदी अनुवाद FM 104 पर हो रहा है, तो आप जो हिंदी सुनना चाहते हैं FM 104 पर लगा लीजिए.
Shri Guru Shri Datta Badakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitam Scha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Svaminiti Namine Namaste Sarasvate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Isn't this a wonderful simile? So nice. Bhagavatam is full of such rich, poetic knowledgeable, scientific information. It's like getting gold out of gold ore. It's a wonderful example, you see. An expert meteorologist, a geologist can do that. But an ordinary person walking down the street, he cannot do that. If I gave you a bunch of gold ore, get the gold out, we wouldn't know how to do that, would we? I don't know how to get any gold out of gold ore. One has to be expert to know how to do that. You see. Similarly, one has to be expert to know how to extract the soul from the body, how to find the soul within the body. What is that definition? There's a nice definition of the soul. Anyway, it's a very nice definition. A particle of inconceivable, indivisible, infinitesimal, invisible, immutable, inconceivable particle of anti-material energy. You see? So how do you extract that, you see? How do you find that, the Atma, within all of this matter, you see? Actually, in some ways, it's very simple. You say, it's actually the I. Say, I am this, I am that. That's actually the soul right there, I. That sense of I-ness is actually the soul. I'm old, I'm young. Of course, they're misidentifying with matter, but actually that sense of I, the ego, the real ego, I, that is the actual soul. So one can come to that point of understanding I'm the spirit soul, I have nothing to do with this body, then he's very advanced. The Mayavadis also understand that. They are advanced to a certain point. The difficulty is they don't know the actual nature or duty or proclivity of that, the I. Mm-hmm. They want to say the I is the one. I give up my individual I and merge into the cosmic, mystical I, the oneness, merge into the one. They kick out individuality, wanting to deny everything. All duality must be kicked out. Kick it out, kick it out, kick it out, kick it out. You see. In this way, they actually miss what is the actual nature, proclivity, what is the natural position of the soul. You see. The individual soul is actually part and parcel of the Supreme Soul, Krishna. So they want to misidentify that individual soul with the Supreme Soul, denying the personality of both the individual soul and the Supreme Soul. But the difficulty is that's unnatural. Our nature is to love and we want to be loved and want to give love. That's a natural proclivity. Even the dog likes to do that. We like to give love and receive love. That's our natural inborn tendency. Just like we see if someone's living alone, we have one of our congregation members, he has no wife, no friends, he's living alone, so he's got a dog. And even one day he left early from the Bhagavatam class. He said, I have to go home because my dog is missing me. He's really concerned how the dog is feeling, you see. We want to have loving relationship called rasa, you see. That's a natural thing. You cannot separate that from the living being. Perfection of rasa then is to have loving relationship with that Supreme Person. That's the perfection of our loving relationships. If we try to have love with anything else, it's frustrating actually. It's frustrating. And we actually come to the point of having a loving relationship. As we heard the example thousands of times, you have to water the root of the tree if you want to actually give water to every leaf and branch on the tree. If you want to energize your body, you have to feed the stomach. Not that you can put some dal in your ear, you see, or up your nose. Sniff some dal up your nose. You have to send it to the stomach. And then that nourishing energy of the dal or whatever it may be goes to every part of the body. So from the bona fide spiritual master, we learn this art. If we try to figure it out on our own, we'll become confused and bewildered. We don't have the ability with our teeny weeny little brains to actually understand what is the perfection of our existence. We have to hear that knowledge coming down from Krishna himself through the bona fide disciplic succession, evam paraparaptam brahmajashayo vidu. If we actually take that knowledge coming from the Supreme Person, then our lives can become perfect. We've many times given this example also. You get some piece of equipment and you try to figure out how to use it on your own. Just like, let's say you give a nice Mercedes-Benz to an aborigine in the jungle. Normally, it's a nice place to take a nap. He lays down. He doesn't know how to drive it. He doesn't know anything about the key. He just lays down in it and has a nap. Oh, very nice place for a nap. You see. So, but if he reads if he take the owner's manual, if he has enough ability to read the owner's manual, understand what is the proper utilization of this nice Mercedes-Benz. So the point is, you have a nice piece of equipment, you have to take the owner's manual coming from the manufacturer to properly utilize, to know how to properly utilize that equipment. So this human body comes with an owner's manual, Bhagavad Gita, and advanced owner's manuals also, the Bhagavatam, etc. You have to take the owner's manual coming from the manufacturer, and then you can know how to properly utilize this body in such a way that you can get the maximum benefit. It's interesting here in the purport, Prabhupada says the doggish conception. Prabhupada's use of language is really, really poetic, really doggish conception. If one thinks, I am this body, Prabhupada says this is a doggish conception. Why does he say doggish? That's not the... Prabhupada uses English sometimes in a very unique way. You look in the dictionary, you won't see doggish as an adjective, you see. So Prabhupada is actually using the language, and he's actually enriching the English language, actually. Just like he says, nuisance qualifications. I looked in the dictionary, nuisance is not used as an adjective at all. But Prabhupada is add this new adjective to the English language. Nuisance is an adjective. Nuisance qualifications. So, doggish conception. Why doggish? Because the dog thinks, I am this body. You see. Anybody who thinks their body, they're in a doggish mentality. So we have to come out of this doggish mentality. Woof, woof, woof. You see. The dog thinks, I am the owner of this street. Just like in Austin, we have our next door neighbor as a dog. Every time we come in the backyard, the dog starts barking at us in our backyard. Woof, 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 this is my territory. Sometimes we spray a hose through it, kind of cool him down. But the dog thinks, I'm the Lord of all I survey. So if you think you're the Lord, then you're in a doggish mentality. Just like we have a new president of the United States, he wants to claim Canada, he wants to claim Greenland. He has a doggish mentality. I am the Lord of all I survey. So what happens when the leaders themselves are in a doggish mentality, what is that slok? Shva bidara ushta karai, samsasak parashat pashu, najata kama pato peto, jatanama gadagrajaham. Those men who are like dogs, hogs, camels, and asses, they praise those men who do not listen to the transcendental pastimes of Lord Sri Krishna, the deliverer from all evils. When you have the dogs, cows, camels, and asses go to vote, who do they vote for? A big dog, a big hog, a big camel, and an ass. So this is the problem in our modern day world. We don't have great kings like Maharaj Yudhisthira, Maharaj Bharat, who are ruling this planet. We have dogs, hogs, camels, and asses. Therefore, the whole world is going to become into a bedlam, you see, a very demoniac, horrible situation. So this Krishna consciousness movement is a special benediction of Krishna. You see, paritranaya sadhanam vinasayata duskritam. Krishna comes to deliver the devotees and annihilate the miscreants. But actually, Krishna is equal. How we can say Krishna is equal to everybody when he comes to deliver the pious and annihilate the miscreants? Is that being equal? Isn't he partial to his devotees? One kid said. He said to be equal, but yet he has two different ways of dealing. But no, actually even the parent has to punish the kid. They do it out of love, you see, to help the kid become better situated, you see. So Krishna has equal love both the devotees and the non-devotees. But at the same time, those devotees are very, very special. Very, very special. Krishna reciprocates in a very special, intimate way. What is that sloka in the 9th canto? You know that sloka? Sadava hridayam tamahyam sadhanam hridayam tapaham vadanyate najanati naham debyo namagapi. Those sadhus, the devotees of the Lord, are always situated in the core of my heart, Krishna says. Can you imagine being situated in the core of Krishna's heart? Sadhava hridayam mahyam. They are always situated in the core of my heart, and I'm always in the heart of my devotees. And then Krishna says, I know nobody except for my devotees, and my devotees know no one but me. You see? So the very, very exclusive, sweet, intimate relationship between Krishna and his devotees. You see? So why don't we become devotees? That Supreme Personal situated us within his own heart. So it's a very intelligent thing to become a devotee, is it? Very intelligent thing. But it's, even for those miscreants, Krishna is very, very sweet and kind. Just like, who is that miscreant? Putana. Maybe a picture of her over here on the wall. Do we have a picture? Putana is on the wall? Which one? Oh, the third one. Yeah, there she is. She came to kill him. See? She had her female enlarged breast, which contains milk for the baby. She put poison on her nipple, so Krishna would try to get the milk, but ended up getting the poison. And Krishna was so kind that even you have come to kill me because I have sucked your breast milk, therefore you are my mother. Can you imagine? Most times devotees get impersonal liberation, but this devotee, she became a mother of Krishna in the spiritual world. Can you imagine? That means Goloka Vrindavan. She actually went to Goloka Vrindavan. Even she came as a demon. Now we go back to God. Oh, there she is. We can actually see her when we go back to home. Oh, there she is. Just see how fortunate she is. She had the parental rasa with Krishna. Yes, a very high rasa. Parental rasa is very high rasa. This next to conjugal, very high rasa. Yes. So, my dear devotees, let us take full advantage of the special blessings of Krishna. Let's be very good miners who can separate gold from gold ore, you see. Let us be good, yes, I remember now, cognizant particle, yes. A cognizant particle. The soul is actually a cognizant particle of the Supreme Lord. You see. Cognizant. Cognizant primeval particle. That's it. I remember it now. A cognizant primeval particle of indestructible, indivisible, infinitesimal, invisible, inconceivable, immutable, anti-material energy. I remember the definition now. So that's who we really are, you see. So don't cheat yourself, my dear listeners, by misidentifiing with this bag of stool and urine, vomit and blood. Can you imagine? Embracing the form, we especially like the opposite form. Yeah, give me a female or a male body of stool, urine, pus, and blood, you see. Of course, that Vibhamangala, he was very fortunate. His prostitute girlfriend, she was very special, Chintamani. My dear Vibhamangala, she said, you've gone through so much trouble crossing the swollen river, jumping over the wall, grabbing a serpent's tail, even though the gate was like to come to enjoy this flesh and blood. If you only had this much attraction to Krishna as you do for this skin, then how much fortunate you would be. He realized, oh yes, I made such a big mistake. He actually accepted her as his guru. Vartma Prasarshaka guru, you see. He always glorified Chintamani. She's actually my spiritual master. Because even though she is my prostitute girlfriend, actually she's my spiritual master. Because she has reminded me not to be running after this female body, but to be running after Krishna. You see? So we should take advantage of these great acharyas who are showing us the way back to home, back to God. Biva Mangala, Haridas Thakur, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Raghunath Dasa Goswami, Ramana Bhatta Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, take it, Narottam Das, take it, Bhaktivinoda, Jagannath Das Babaji, Raksikananda. We should take advantage of all these great personalities who are showing us the way and get out of this mess we're in right now, misidentifying with flesh and blood. So we have a few minutes left, actually only 10 minutes. And anybody have any questions? Be happy to try to answer them. Both of us. Okay, it's a question sharing session. I'll take the first one, and it's a question sharing.
You would have been given chits, you can write the question and...
You go first. I spoke, now it's your turn to speak.
How to do strong sense control. Because every time after a few days I fall down from sense control. But it is bad. Whose question is that? Please make yourself available, then I can answer you directly. Otherwise it's in the air.
Here it is. There's a hand back there went up there.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So how to control the strong senses? So what is the difficulty in controlling the senses? What is the difficulty? Eating, sleeping, mating, defending. So reduce it. Eating, sleeping, mating, defending, and attraction for opposite sense of objects. Please try to reduce it. Self-discipline. Say that Krishna is telling me to control my senses, I must. Animals cannot control. You are human. You should be able to. Okay?
Next question. Can you please suggest a regulation in taking care of the body as just a vehicle in such a way that we don't get into the bodily platform? No illicit sex, no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling. Body, mind, and words fully absorbed in Krishna's service. So give your bodily service and as much as you need to keep it healthy and strong, and the rest of your energy was going into remembering Krishna, serving Krishna, glorifying Krishna, spreading Krishna conscious movement all over the material world. And it's a very simple thing. The art is taught by the bona fide spiritual master. You can read the Nectar Devotion, get a very good idea. Prabhupada said every devotee should read it 3 or 4 times. How many people have read the Nectar Devotion 3 or 4 times? 0. Oh, here we go, twice. There's twice here, okay. So everybody should read the Nectar Devotion because it gives very, very good practical instructions of how to practice Krishna consciousness and what are the higher stages also of Krishna consciousness. So now a question for Guru Maharaji.
Hare Krishna. For Guru Mataji, for the doggish mentality which is inborn in...
This question is from my 5-year-old son. Is he here? Okay. Okay. Why I am not able to see real Krishna? Yeah, I can talk. Real Krishna is there. If you see him, then you can see him. Are you seeing that Krishna is standing there? No, I don't know if he is understanding. Do you see Radharani is standing there? Talk to them. Ask them. Talk to them. They will talk to you. Eh? Bring some offering. When offer them, please take it. They'll take it from you. Okay?
Next. Any more questions? Now my turn. If there's any question, there's no more questions, we can cut it early, stop early today.
Premananda has it.
Question.
Premananda had it.
Gurudev, this doggish mentality which is mentioned here in this class, it seems that while working on this to get it out from the process of Krishna consciousness, it seems like a big task. Sometimes it's like just like, wow, it's a long way. And sometimes it's been said that immediately one can actually become deathless at initiation. So could you help understand how does this work?
What's he saying? Let me understand.
Mentioned about the audition time. So sometimes it takes long time, sometimes it can happen very quickly. As you said.
Yeah, we're going through different modes of nature. The fact is, our original nature is to be pure devotees of Krishna. We've been covered by this doggish mentality, though, for millions of lifetimes, trying to judge somebody from Krishna. So the neophyte devotee, as he goes back and forth between these different things. You have to understand, just like a little kid learning how to walk, it's natural he's going to fall down. But the parents are always encouraging him, get up, little Amit, you can do it. Come on, you can do it. And one day he masters the art of walking. So it's natural for us to slip, for us neophytes, it's natural for us to slip and fall. So we should not become discouraged by slipping and falling. It should be simply increase our determination that yes, now I'm going to quit these, I'm not going to fall down anymore. I take complete shelter of Guru and Krishna. I always bring my mind back. Yato nischalati manaschanchalamasttaram tatastato nayavyatat amamebhusham yayat. From whatever and wherever the mind wanders, with its furkin and unsteady nature, one must certainly withdraw it and bring it back under the control of the self. So now I've seen my mind go away. I try to bring it back. It goes away again. I keep bringing it back. So you have to keep bringing that rascal mind back, even if it's 1,000,000 times. And gradually the mind will become trained. Just like you can train a tiger to be a tame animal. You see? You can actually train an animal where you can embrace the tiger and he won't eat you. So we have these tiger minds that are trying to devour our spiritual lives. So you have to train the mind how to be fixed in Krishna consciousness. And that spiritual master teaches that, the great acharyas teach that, these books teach that. Krishna teaches it in the Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna's mind was also flipping away. So I can't fight this battle because these are my dear felt friends and relatives here. But Krishna said, no, you must do this. So we have this tendency to think, no, I shouldn't practice Krishna consciousness, I should do something different. Instead of serving Krishna, why not serve my senses instead? My senses are demanding service, so let me serve my senses and think about Krishna's seva later on. You see? So we have to understand this tendency for Indriya seva, this is our enemy. We should not give in. What does Krishna say? Indriyanam hi charitam yamano nuvadiyate tatasahate pragam vayramam vivavamvasi. As the boat in the water is carried away by a strong wind, even one of the senses which the mind focuses can carry away the man's intelligence. So don't let the sense are demanding, give me, give me, give me. The tongue wants delicious food, the genitals want sex. All these things are screaming at us, you see. To say, no, no, no. Nahi, 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 nahi. Krishna, my only duty now is to serve Krishna. Not my dear senses, I've served you for millions and billions of lifetimes, and where's it got me? Another damn rotting body. So I'm not going to serve you anymore. Too bad, senses. Leave me alone. I have one duty only now, and this is to serve Krishna. So our time is up. Let me have that book.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, one more question.
There are two questions. One more.
Two more. Okay. We'll squeeze them in. It's called IST, Indian Stretchable Time. Okay.
People know that they are a spirit soul and not just this body, but they do apply this understanding in their daily life. Why they? Do you apply? Whose question is that? Why they? Why asking everybody? Do you understand? Do you apply? So it's question for yourself. Okay. So why is this and how? Hare Krishna? No. And how can one apply this realization? If you understand that you are a spirit soul, what does spirit soul needs? Eating, sleeping, mating, defending. It needs service to the Lord. So engage yourself in the service to the Lord. That way you will come out of it. Okay? It doesn't want the spirit soul have a transcendental senses, not material senses to gratify like animals. But engage in transcendental service. You are very fortunate that you have come to understand it. Engage yourself in service of Lord. Okay? That is the only relationship spirit soul has with Krishna, not this body.
That's it? Plus? One more? Okay. All right. Whose question is this? Whose question is this one? In the back? Okay. All right. Being a devotee, how to obtain humbleness in everything and get a acceptance to accept every situation. Still, it is very hard. Well, the first step is to philosophically understand the loving hand of Krishna is blessing us at every minute. Krishna is not cruel. Krishna is not an idiot. Krishna knows everything. Suhridam sarvabhutanam. We have to understand, behind everything I experience, Krishna is the supreme orchestrator. It's not that Krishna forgets about us and he just says, okay, Maya, you take charge of him. I'm not going to think about it. No, Krishna is always thinking about the welfare of each and every one of us. So we have to understand the loving kindness of Krishna is blessing us in every situation, even whether it's happiness or distress, pain or pleasure, infamy or fame. Krishna is always there, blessing us in such a way that we can come to him as soon as possible. If we have that philosophical understanding, keep reminding us of that, because the mind wants to get elated or depressed. That's the nature of the mind, sukha dukkha. So we have to go beyond the ramblings of the mind and become jubilant when I'm being glorified or depressed when I'm being scolded. We have to see the loving hand of Krishna is happening in every situation, and my only business is to become the completely sold-out servant of my beloved Supreme Personality of Godhead, who's standing on the bank of the Jamuna River playing the fifth note on his flute in the beautiful moonlight night of the Sharad season. You see? Is that it? Bus? One more for Guru Maharaji.
I was just going to add something. Krishna is very kind. He has brought us here. Now if we are realizing it, then we should be able to engage in his service. Nowadays, boys whom we preach, cultivate, they are confused about whether to choose brahmachari ashram or grahastha ashram. Please suggest how to give them a clarity, and also regarding their varna type of job, how to give directions. It's very simple. Those who cannot control their senses, they can enter into grahastha ashram and follow the regulative principles. So grahastha ashram is not said, but one has to understand what will be the consequences. Whether will they be able to take up Krishna consciousness or become entangled. Grahastha ashram is called andhakupa also. That means one falls into grahastha ashram. It's very difficult to come out unless in the grahastha ashram also they follow the regulative principle, brahmacharya, unless they want to beget a child. Otherwise, they should not engage in recreational intimacy. As is Krishna says, dharma viruddha bhuteshu kamosmi bhartasabha. Not they can get into grahastha ashram and they can have recreational activities, because that is sinful. Unless one wants to beget child, one should remain brahmachari, even the grahastha ashram.
Jai.
They should understand this very clearly. Otherwise, we are going against the dharma.
Although that's grihameti, not
Please
grihastha.
go the other.
Okay, that's it?
Okay?
Okay.
And what type of job?
Another one?
Any job can be taken, but result has to be offered to Krishna. If you don't offer result to Krishna, you are tied up with karmic reaction. That this knowledge they should be aware of.
How can I stop thinking about the bad qualities of the devotees? Actually, you should always be thinking about the bad qualities of you, self. You should be very strict with yourself, very lenient with others. That's the simple way. If you want to become a pure devotee, we all have bad qualities as a fact. But you should focus on the good qualities of the other devotees and the bad qualities of yourself. And that way you can become quickly elevated to the Paramahamsa stage. Why are they called Paramahamsas? They're compared to swans. A swan can take a mixture of milk and water and extract the milk and leave aside the water. So we devotees, we all have good qualities and bad qualities, isn't it? I know I got a ton of bad qualities myself. But the good qualities are compared to the milk and the bad qualities are compared to water. So you should be able to look at all the devotees and extract and relish and swim in the ocean of their good qualities and leave their bad qualities out of your mind. You see? And that's what be a Paramahamsa. And what's the opposite? There's another example is the bee goes for the honey, and where does the fly go? For the stool. Are you a fly going after stool or a honeybee going after the honey? It's your choice. You want to be a fly relishing stool. Oh yeah, stool, kijai. You want to go after stool and honey. It's your choice. A fault-finding devotee is a fly looking for stool. Don't be a fly, be a honeybee. That's, if you're smart, you'll be a honeybee and not a fly. Okay? You want to be stupid, that's your choice. Nobody's going to force you to be smart, but we give you all the information and hopefully the inspiration that you can be smart. But if you want to be stupid, that's your free will. If you want to be a dumb, stupid fly looking after a stool, you go ahead. Become a fly birth after birth, relishing the stool, if that's what you want. So any more, and we go to the announcement now. Okay, I have an amazing story of how a young college kid who was taught to believe in the American dream, get a good education, get a good job, get a good house in suburbia with a swimming pool in the backyard, go the whole American dream all the way and you'll become happy. Well, I got to college and said, this isn't happiness, this is miserable. I want to know why I exist. I want to know the meaning of life, but no one could tell me. So I took to the path of self-realization. I decided, well, in 1880, deny all of this nonsense. That was my career choice. I'm going to drop out of college and be one of those holy beggars in India. That was my career choice. But then on the way to India, I realized, wait a minute, if I renounce everything, renunciation is also something. So instead of renouncing the world, I must revolutionize the world. So I headed west instead of east on a mission to deliver the world from chaos. I tried on my own, it didn't work, but then I found that Prabhupada told me how to really do it. So it's all here, an amazing, amazing story in my memoir of how I went from the American dream to the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. There's also pastimes of Prabhupada in here. So it's all here, and we only have a few copies. It's limited. How many copies we have? Huh? Only 25 copies. So first come, first serve, and I'll sign it if you take one. Only 25 copies left, and that's it. Finished. So that's it. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Now, where do you go to get? Who has the copies? Who do they go? Premananda. You go to Premananda if you want a copy. Right here. He's the sales agent.
We have the table outside. And as I was telling earlier that we have the course also, where you get a daily thought of the day and daily video of the day. Very enlightening, very wonderful thought in the video. And if you want to join the course, Brajakishore Prabhu is here. You can come here and he will make the arrangement to join the course immediately.
And sign up for the course here, free course with Brajakishore Das.
Yeah. और ये जो कोर्स है अभी हिंदी में, गुजराती में, तमिल में भी अवेलेबल है. तो अगर आप उन लोकल भाषा में लेना चाहते हैं तो भी उनसे मिलिए, कोर्स को ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं. And the book, The Divine Life Memory, is just for 350 rupees for today. So please take a copy and read it. It's very exciting. I personally read it full. So I'd like to heartfully thank His Grace Sankarshan Adhikari Prabhu and Grace Vishnupriya Mataji for being here and enlightening us through wonderful discourse and wonderful practical questions or sessions. And we would pray that we get their association very regularly. You'll see in the second part of the year also we'll try to have their association. And let us thank them for being here by once loudly chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
You'll sign the books here?
Yeah, I'll sign the books right here. I need to borrow a pen.
Yeah.
If we have any customers. Very good, thank you. We just announced that here, so it's probably going to just probably announced here. About
Hare Krishna. We are displaying the name of the website on the screen. So you can note it or you can scan it and then join the course. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram.